and gentlemen, check that shit out, bro. Look at the new backdrop. No, that shit was corny as fuck. I don't know. I'm just gonna leave the beginning in. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. We got like a curtain up, so like splits in the middle so I can walk around, but now it looks clean. Looks wavy and looks clean right here. We're lit, bro. We're lit. All right. Anyways, let's hop into our weekly analysis for Sunday. I know it's a late post, but I still wanted to get on the charts before I hit my stream in a little bit. So we're looking at the weekly time frame. I was pointing out to myself some important structures. So this low right here, off this purple and white, which would cause this low at the bottom of the candle, was closed against with this candle. So that to me signals a weekly break of structure to the downside, which got retraced into, I mean, you would say it wanted to do something with this fair value gap, but this candle got involved and filled the imbalance at some point, and it didn't close above this candle. This candle didn't close above. There's not a bullish break of structure in here. None of these lows, none of these, yeah. If it's an uptrend, break structure to the downside is against lows. If it's a downtrend, break structure is against the highs. So none of these highs got closed against yet, but as you can see, it's a little choppy. I'm also seeing a little bit of, can I do like this? Lower high, or higher low here. Although it came down right here. This is a higher low. This is a lower high. So maybe some consolidation going on, which is causing like this volatility and choppiness that we've seen like on the daily right here. All this just nowhere movement. I mean, this is nowhere close to all-time highs from 2014. So, yeah. But it is recent highs after this big uptrend. So we'd have to understand a little bit more about the history of this GBP USD. But anyway, and I have to look for other moments of like consolidation like this. On the daily, it looks a little bit better. Lower, low, lower, low, lower, low, lower, low, lower, low, higher, high. So, well, that's that choppiness. Maybe we've gotten out of that now, and we're into the lower highs and lower lows. So we just see this like retrace again and come back down. Maybe like, maybe like this? I say maybe. You guys got to know that I'm trying to learn and understand the process for myself and see how these movements happen. So I'm going to say a bullish structure on the week, or bearish, bearish consolidation on the weekly, bearish on the daily, still bearish because there haven't been, after this break of structure to the downside, low has not had any highs closed above unless you consider this a closed high. I would say again against the candle with the body, so the wicks don't count in my opinion. So bearish on the weekly, bearish on the daily, and or we don't need to get into the rest. So let's head into the news cycle for this week. So today's the 19th. We have nothing going on. Monday, no news Monday, so be careful of just shit happening still, but maybe we can get a good structure tomorrow morning. We'll see how that plays out in the morning. I did just want to hop on this low time frame just to look around. So we had, did I already get rid of where I took those trades? We had this one, and then I didn't look at the rest all week because I was at work and I was going to the gym earlier. So yeah, I didn't really look at the rest of this. And anything happened off that? New York hit it and took it to London lows, pretty close. Not a lot though. See, like this is all just equal movement on the 15-minute. Yeah. Equal move. So here's where a big move happened. Let's see if there's anything here. So 1900 out here. Asia hit the highs, came back down, went through the highs again, came back down. See, that's just something I'm noticing as well with these Asia moves, is right in this gap sometimes. Here, that was news. Here. The in-between of Asia and London is always, not always, okay, more often than not, continues the bias that it ends on. Okay, that's nuts. Like, yeah, that's going up. I mean, that's just typical market structure. Thought I was onto something. We'll have to investigate that further later. I'm just looking around, seeing if I see anything. This was interesting. So then London came back into the Asia lows off this candle, hit that and continued to go lower, respected the Asia lows and took it lower. New York opened and also did the same, if this is considering your London lows, or even here as well on the 8 o'clock. No, those are 8. Yeah, London lows here, hit after this bearish drop, drops even further, and liquidity sweeps this one, comes back up, rallies, fills the imbalance, probably like an imbalance on the 30-minute. Inverse fair value gap question mark here, and continue to do its thing. So we'll see how tomorrow goes with no news. Tuesday, no news. Wednesday, CPI. So we're gonna stay away from Wednesday just in general. Maybe we can watch what CPI does on Wednesday for our own sake. Understand how Wednesday moves. Thursday, one orange folder, nothing crazy. Make sure I'm good on my filters. Oh. And Friday, I did see this already before I started, but this is a nutty Friday on PMI for GBP, CPI for USD. To CPI week, as I'm going to call it right now. So maybe that means we need to be careful. CPI for GBP on Wednesday. And everyone's getting smoked on Friday. So Friday is definitely a no trade day, but we can definitely still watch the market to see what happens. If you are watching this video and we watched the whole thing and wanted to leave your input on what I should do to learn, or any suggestions, if you are experienced or you don't have any experience, we can learn together. Best way is by making mistakes, taking information that we learn, and trying to do our best with it. So leave your comments and suggestions below if you if you already know what's going on. If you don't, then learn with me, and we're going to be making mistakes and learning together. And the best way to do that is if multiple people are doing it at the same time. You learn faster, people make more mistakes, and you can avoid them. Just my philosophy on doing it as a group. If anybody does see this, and we'll see what goes on tomorrow morning. So I'll see you again for Monday New York Open. Sorry, I'm just kind of ADHD clicking, and we will see what happens. New backdrop will be in all the future videos. Please like, comment, subscribe. It helps the channel out, and we are on the road to 400 and hopefully maybe 1,000 by the end of the year. We'll see what happens. You know, work hard, play hard. I don't really have any motivational things today. I did want to make this really quick for weekly analysis. I love you. I mean it. Thank you for your support. Thank you for watching, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow morning. Peace out.